Hello there, folks. Welcome to another installment of Talk Freely. Yay! And today I have another new marijuana. Like I always try to bring you the newest marijuana that I can find, so I had to search for this one. And this one today, that marijuana we have today, is called Blue Nerd. Yeah, Blue Nerd. Some people call me a red nerd, but hey, nerd's a nerd. Okay, but before we get started, I ask that you please subscribe, give me a like and a thumbs up, and share, and hit this notification bell so you'll know when you get my next videos. And I'm asking we need the subs up, y'all. Come on, help brother out. We need the subs up. We need the likes up. I'm trying to make a business out of this, make this grow. I know there's some people that don't approve of what I do, but believe me, it's no harder and it's not even harsher than what people do on an everyday basis with some other things. And all you old heads out there, I just found out recently that it increased over 400%. You guys should be checking out my show. If you want to find out more about marijuana, how it is, and what is related to you, you should come check it out. I'm sure you'll like it. So I told you today's name of my weed is oh, and don't forget, I got my t-shirt lines out. I haven't got the thing on the thing yet, but I'm going to get it there. I'm going to get professional sooner or later, folks. But if you want to check out my t-shirts, we have a line of t-shirts. It's at Teespring, so you can go to teespring.com/Tokefreely Toke Gear Store. Or Tokefreely Toke Store. No, Tokefreely Toke Gear Store. And you will see the stuff that we have on there, and it's reasonably priced, high quality, good quality. We went for the best quality. So come on, check us out, help us out. So if and I'm also creating a Patreon for this. I have a Cash App set up, and I have the PayPal set up. I just don't have it up and out. So I'm going to make sure I do all that and have it up and out for you guys, so you can see I'm serious about this, so we can get this thing up and running and up and starting. So we're going to take a look at the marijuana first. The weed, because I like to call it weed. It's a better name. And remember, this is called Blue Nerd. And it does exist, folks. This is the real deal. So here we go. Let me see. How's that? It's got bits of red in it with the green and some brown. You know. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Yeah. Get you a good picture. Trying to get you a really good shot of it. Yeah. Alrighty. Smell. It's kind of a rugged smell. It's not sweet or floral. It's like a smell like, yeah, I'm gonna get you. So when I dig into it, it's a good smell. Like I said, it's kind of a wild, rugged smell. Uh, Not sweet or floral. Not a fruity or floral smell. Just a strange smell. A little bit of that wankiness smell to it. This is another weed kind of remind me of the runt. It don't really smell like those runts, but it does remind me of. I can't say if that's a THC in it or whatever, but it's a very loud smell, very loud. You know, can't say I don't like the smell. It's just unique. It's a unique smell. Now, this one is a first for me. This smell is a first for me. I have to say. Except for that little wanginess and the OG, you know, it's very, it's pungent, like that, So let's try the joint. We put this up first. This stuff is expensive. So then I can enjoy it a little later. Okay. So let's fire the joint up and see what we get, folks. Country was supposed to come by here today, but I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. He ain't called me back, so as long as he alright, I know he alright. So other than that, gonna have to just look at pretty old me today, or ugly old me today, whatever. You can look at pretty country when he come back next time. Well, excuse me. No, it's crazy. You got caught in my throat. Now this weed tastes like a smell. Unique smell, unique taste. It's like a dry taste. You ever tasted one of those really dry wines and you can taste the dryness of it in the back of the upper part of your back of your throat? That's how this is. It's got a really dry feel to the right. As far as the flavor, basically. But I'm just getting into the joint, so when we get down to that stage, we'll see. But as it stands right now, it's not so bad. I mean, it's a strange taste indeed. It is a strange. Kind of reminds me of a runt, but I know it's not a runt. I know it's an OG. But it kind of reminds me of a runt. So sort of that rugged taste and smell to it. You know, but yet still it's kind of smooth. It goes in smooth, but you can taste. It does. Now this one has an aftertaste. It's not lingering aftertaste, but as soon as you blow the weed out, you can taste it. It's like I don't know, cardboard. It's kind of strange. Like I said, I've never tasted this taste before, so this was unique to me. And it's called Blue Nerd. You know, but I can already tell you, this is my first joint of it. I'm already getting high off of it. I can feel a buzz coming on really, really fast. So it's strong. Even though it goes down smooth, this is strong. This is some strong weed. And I just got it in 5 minutes before I made this video because I had been waiting on it. So I had everything set up, just waiting for the video. But yeah, this is not bad. I didn't get two today because he only had the one, and then he had the other kind he had. I had already did show on, so I just got the one today. But I have to say, he said he had to search for this one to get this one. I don't know so far. Like I say, it's not terrible. The taste and the smell is about the same. Overall flavor is actually decent. It's not bad. I can't taste other things in it, but I can't describe them to you. I don't know what they are. Almost like I say, almost like a cardboard type. Honestly, but not as bad as cardboard, but like a hint of paper, or cardboard, or something like that. Very dry taste to it. And the aroma, now the aroma is nice. It's got a very nice. The aroma is sweet. It don't translate through the weed, but yeah, the aroma is sweet. That's weird to me. That's weird to me. Because usually, if you have an aroma this sweet, usually the weed is sweet, and you can't even really taste the weed. You can just taste the effects of the weed. Put it that way, because it's such a dry taste and it's such a bland. Nothing stands out about the weed, but it best remind me of like a dry wine. You hit the flavor and the rest is dry. That's it. Very little flavor to this weed. Very little. It sort of just fades away, in your mouth. But as far as the weed is concerned, the weed goes to your head. It's going to your head. I haven't got half the joint yet, and I'm getting a really, really nice buzz going on, and I'm not choking to death. Now that's the thing, or maybe this is my first joint today. Maybe it just ain't hit me to the fact. But usually, when my first joint today, if it's good weed, sort of like this, it has me barking. So I don't know. Maybe it's bark free. It's a bark free weed, choke free. So I've been watching YouTube, because I try to keep an eye on my channels and stuff like that. And man, the dating stuff and the relation stuff got it. Man, they got it packed up. Can't nobody get nothing in edgewise, man. If you ain't dealing, if you're not in a category of a simp, what is the other ones? I can't even think of them now because I'm high. But I've been trying not to watch him all day, but it's still I'm watching. You turn to something else, the next one is that. It's either Kevin Samuels or these other guys coming through. But I do notice this. Why you guys piggyback off of what Kevin Samuels do? To me that's like a sneaky way of trying to get views and to make money. You know, and because it's not really being original. You know, you just go up in there. You know, I can understand you for cabin sessions and stuff like that. You know, I ain't hating on them. I'm not really a fan of, but it does make sense from time to time, you know. And some people, I guess they need to hear those things that he has to say. But you know, like I say, he's still playing the middle, folks. So don't ever get that confused. But anyway, I've been hearing a lot about this stuff lately, man. You know, had gas simp out for women and women how they treat men and stuff like that. You know what? You're only gonna be treated the way you let people treat you. That's what I have to say about that. Yeah, you got some jab ass Negroes and some jab ass sisters out here, man, that they think that they life, they think that their body is like, you know, flesh made of diamonds or something like that. And anybody that, get into it, that crosses that threshold, it's supposed to be such a delight for them and wondrous and all that kind of shit, The apple pie is only tastes the best before it's eaten. You understand what I'm saying? The apple pie only tastes the best before it's eaten. You know why? Because you haven't eaten it yet. So what you imagine, you know, is never going to match up to your expectations of something just because somebody's in a beautiful frame or have a beautiful face. You know, I've told you guys this before. Beauty don't make the person; it hinders the person because they're able to hide behind it, you know, and let guys like you and me get suckered into it and shit, And then when you find out, you be like, man, it's just like any regular old other pussy. It's just like any other old pussy. From an average chick, we just put all that shit, in our head. And for the men too, for the women too, it's the same way. You get wrapped up in this guy, you thinking, man, that nigga swag. Look at this. That nigga must got 10-inch dick in them pants. Go in there and the brother barely got 3 inches in. Now you gonna talk about him. Oh, little dick motherfucker. Oh, little dick motherfucker. Couldn't he eat pussy? He couldn't even do that. You know. So you have to watch out, man, because especially with this makeup and stuff they do now, man. I was watching these tutorials on this makeup. Man, some of them bras, and no offense to women, but some of them chicks was just butt ugly. I'm sorry, they was just butt ugly. But after they put that makeup on, they look like superstars. But the thing I wonder, do they actually go home with people looking like that? And if they do, either they're gonna have to leave at night or early in the morning and get up and put that makeup on because with the sweating and the everything and all that, that makeup gonna come off. So you better screw him to sleep. That's what you you better screw so good that nigga just roll over and just fall asleep all tired and exhausted. While you go make your face up and sleep like a zombie till morning. You know, because like I say, some of them chicks I was like shocked when they took that makeup off. You know, and you guys too. You're going around getting the fake hair. Which you know what, I ain't really hating on the fake hair, okay? Because I may be needing some in a minute myself, so I ain't really hating on the fake hair, but I'm gonna still call it out. You know, go get the fake hairdo with all the dye and all that shit. And buy these fancy cars and living at home with mama or living in a cheap apartment, but the most expensive thing you own is the car, and all that is to get pussy. It's all it is to get pussy. And that's why the problem is so bad, folks, because, we want pussy. They don't want to give us pussy. They want to give us pussy, but they putting a price on the pussy. And half of us don't want to pay the price. Half of us don't want to pay the price. Half of us can't pay the price. And the ones that can pay the price is getting it for free. Okay? So either way it goes, you screwed. You is screwed, screwed, screwed. So just come on down to reality with the rest of us and leave those chicks alone, man. And for women too, leave those guys alone. Because they gonna play you and lay you, and that's gonna be the end of it. So we gonna end because we already ended up with a society of players and layers anyway. Because either, like I said, they gonna either play you or lay you or both. It's all in the scheme because see the women now the way they don't even think like women thought 30 years ago or 40 years ago. They don't even think like them women. And that was the women's revolution time, all that shit. And they wasn't still as bad as the women out today. Man, it's women that actually don't know how to cook. I mean, don't know how to cook. But they can talk shit about how much money they make. And they can buy this and buy that and get eat out every day. Who is that serving? Because you can do it don't mean that you should do it, don't mean that you have to do it. But you could do it. And you can do it. So that makes you so independent. Wow. It's a sad situation we dealing with here, especially among our folks, man. But I notice it's across the board, except for I would say certain groups like Hispanics, Asians, hell, even the Indians and Arabs and shit. They women don't be tripping. You get the ones that's been Americanized, that's different. But the ones that come from over in their native countries and shit, man, their husbands don't play that shit, and a lot of them don't play that shit. You know what I'm saying? They look at these women out here and they shit. I've seen them. They like, look at that hoe. The lady ain't even no hoe. She just the way she dressed. They are looking at that hoe. You know. And with the guys too, and guys, y'all be being raunchy, man. Quit taking your revenge out on a woman that dumped you on the next woman that care about you. Quit doing that. And women, you do that too. Y'all do that too. Now the guy that dumped you and treated you like shit, that nigga can call you any day or night, boy. You'll stop in the middle of having sex. Okay. And talk to that nigga. I knew of a situation where a guy told me him and his he thought was his girlfriend, was in the middle of having sex. Having sex. And his name popped up on her phone. Sex stopped. And they didn't resume. She got up and told him that he had to go. In the middle of sex. In the middle of sex. That's some bullshit because somebody got off that night. Shit. Fuck that. But it just goes to show you what these women will do to you. Now they'll screw they'll screw you and try to be nice to you, but the nigga that dogged them out, they can't get over that. Can't, unless he like really beat her down and physically, beat her or some shit like that. Now, maybe in that, and then this for some of them it's still hard, you know. But other than a case like that, other than just like a nigga just dogged you out, you know, that kind of shit. Y'all love them niggas dirty draws. Y'all love their dirty draws, until you decide you want to leave and you done had enough of his shit. When you decide you done had enough of his shit, nothing he could do is right. And he could be coming around trying to be the nice guy, but he's already fucked up and you ready to move on. In that case, it's different. But in most cases, you know, that's why I hated dating women that had kids. Even though I did deal with women that had kids, I hated doing it because, you know, one, you never really get the kids respect, no matter how good you are to the kid. I don't care if you got the kid from the time that they were born. Shit, if it ain't yours, see the remote don't want to act right now. There we go. And if they ain't yours, you know, nobody wants. You never really get that respect. I'm trying to find something here, y'all. So excuse me. All right, there we go. What's going on here? Oh, I need to charge. All right, give me a phone. Uh-oh, I'm dropping stuff. Give me a minute, folks. I need to charge it. I thought I just charged this thing. I'm on it so much. I don't need to lose this. Making out with your mom? Wait a minute, what is that? All right, there we go. Back on the scene. Okay, now let me get the music right for you folks, because this show ain't gonna be too much longer. I'm down to about almost at the end of the week. I'm just gonna finish my point. Oh, excuse me. We're gonna rate the weed, and I'm gonna get you folks out of here. But the point I'm trying to make is that if people wouldn't keep putting value, I don't even know if you heard all that. But if people quit putting value on feelings, and future feelings, you know, and a person. Quit putting value on a person, and quit listening to people talking about what you bring to the table and all that kind of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's a women brought up that shit, and to me, any woman that wants to continue to think like that about somebody bringing something to the table just because they have maybe a little more money or a little more material things, you are the women that's truly going to end up lonely. Or you're going to end up with a person that has no respect for you. Because all you're showing is a disrespect when you do stuff like that. Now, you can say whatever you want, you know, about what a person got to do and do for you, but ain't nobody got to do a damn thing. Married or not married. And your pussy is not worth all of that. It's just a pussy. Just like his dick is just. See, y'all can easily look at men and say that's just a dick, nigga with a dick, But see, guys, you gotta start thinking the same thing. You see, because see, they've learned how to withhold the sex from you just to make you bend your will to them. You see what I'm saying? You know, and that's why you had. Listen, if you women, y'all been reading the news lately. These sex dolls, they done went up 100%. Them guys, they said like, fuck y'all, I would fuck a doll before I have to deal with your bullshit. And y'all just steady coming with it. And then you watching these stupid ass videos and shit with Cardi B and Megan the Snap. They already rich. They can get any man they want, you know, because they rich and they famous and they got a pussy. You're not rich. You're not famous. You just have a pussy. Okay. I say, yeah, put value on it, but don't put so much value on it that it blocks you from you know, getting a man or getting, something good. Just gonna end up lonely and alone, you know, with a whole bunch of friends in the drawer, that you're gonna name. Well, this one's Tom because he's the biggest, and then we have Larry over there, and Paul small, but he's official. You're gonna be sucking yourself out with all the rubber dildos and vibrators and shit, when there's good, capable men out there for you, but you just don't think none of them good enough for you. You women are tripping. Y'all are really tripping. You know, I'm gonna finish my joint. I'm gonna say this, but it all boils down to respect, love, and having the respect for somebody else's feelings. You know, learn to talk to one another. You know, learn to deal with our shit. All you women with y'all sassy mouths and shit. Because I got a wife like that and two daughters. Okay, so I understand it. And brothers, you have to learn how to make them quell that mouth. It's gonna be days you ain't gonna want to hear. So instead of you going be able to go off and all that kind of shit, you have to let them know, hey, I'm not gonna settle for this. I'm not gonna deal with you hollering and screaming at me like I don't care if I ain't got a job, motherfucker. You can't holler and scream at me like I'm your child. And if you choose to do that, I'm gonna choose to leave. And they don't say they don't give a fuck, brother, leave. Believe me, there's women out here that will take care of you and treat you right. May not be the best looking women, may not, like I said, may not be the beauty queens or, be really, really what you want, but we all have to settle sometime. You see what I'm saying? It depends on what that person is and what they do for you, and how they treat you. Because, like I say, beauty fades, you know, sex appeal fades, and then what you got left after that, you know. It's something for you folks to think about because y'all get too caught up with Kevin Samuels, and he could just tell you this the simple way, but he won't tell you this because he believes that he has to break it down to you because y'all don't understand. The truth is, you understand. You know you understand. If you have a hard time getting a man, you know why. And guys, if you have a hard time getting a woman, you know why. It's only a variable of two or three things. Looks, attitude, what? Looks, attitude, uh, and your level of respect. That's probably about it. That's the only way I could put it. It's only a few things that turn people off on other people. Some people don't like a certain person's look, and some people do. And you might like a certain person's look, but they might not like your look. So instead of you like, oh fuck you, bitch, realize that you're not what she's looking for, even though inwardly you probably are what she's looking for. But outwardly, you can never convince a woman if she don't find you attractive outside. You can never convince a woman that you're good unless she done been through some shit and you around there at the end and she go, you know what? He has been here for me. Let me check him out. And those are very slim to none when that happens, man. You know, you can end up being in the friend zone. She done been married 3, 4 times, had kids by 7 different niggas, and you still hanging out in the friend zone. You know, then there's something wrong with you. You know, but you know, and for the fellas, man, you know, I mean, well, for the women, you know, y'all get wrapped up. I want a man. He gotta have this. He gotta have that. He gotta have this. And what he gonna bring to the table? Get all that bullshit off your mind about what somebody gonna bring to the table. Be honest. Be truthful. Tell him how you feel. Let him tell you how he feel, and then work on that together. You know about all this bullshit about a high level man and a high level women. Most of y'all ain't gonna see him anyway. And I don't care how much money you make. You still, because it's such a small percentage of the men that's in this world, and most of them don't want you. You understand what I'm saying? So y'all see these women on here that be tricking these men and shit. They just hoes that's getting a paycheck, man. That's all they are. Nobody really wants them. And when they get 40, for their 35, 40, 45 years old, you know, they're going to find out for themselves. You know, you don't have to tell them. Let them do what they do because they just burn themselves. Who wants a woman that 50 men didn't ran through? Who? I don't even want a woman if 5 men done ran through her. So who wants a man? Who wants a woman that 50 men done ran through? She better ever tell you. You know, it better ever come up because chances is if you find out, you out of there. If you know 50 guys did say a couple of them guys was people you knew, hung out with and shit. They all hit your woman and shit. You all in love and shit. These niggas talking among each other. Nobody say shit. And one day it just slips out and shit. You know, oh, you know how niggas is. They line up to tell you they fucked your woman. Oh man, I didn't even know she's still a woman, man. I fucked her in the back of the so and so. Yeah, Bobby fucked her, man. I watched him fuck her over there. You know how a brother feel, just like the sisters do. When they find out their man be fucking. See, but women realize that a lot of men, especially attractive men, that you ain't gonna be the only one fucking your man. Okay, so that's why a lot of women go out and they get a gal on a second end because they can't deal with the fact of losing this man. He fucking other people because they so attracted to him. You know. And I say to you women, get what you deserve. You couldn't make him you couldn't make him stay at home to fuck you like he wants to, or you telling him he can't fuck you like he wants to. That's why he out there. And like I said, the pretty guys, they ain't gonna even have to have that problem. Because women gonna throw pussy on them anyway. You know. But anyway, that's the end of that. It's just I see so much of it on YouTube, man. Every time I turn to it, it's on YouTube. I'm like, damn, man, this really done got really, really serious. Oh, wait a minute. I did the blue nerve? Oh, wait a minute. What was this then? Wait. I think I did the wrong one. I think I named this weed absolutely wrong, folks. Let me see, because I know I made a thing for it. What did I do? Uh-oh. This is going to be an interesting show. So I'm going to have 2 shows with that. No, I made a thing. All right, let me go through this nice and slow. I know I didn't grade it. Or did I have the wrong one? Okay, it looked like I made a mistake. That's what it was. Okay. All right. The name of the weed is totally wrong, folks. I am so sorry. The name of the weed is called Joker's Stash. Okay. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know how I even get over to Blue Nerve. Okay, because that's way in the back. Hold on, let's see something. Yeah, that was the last one. Oh, it's not. Okay, but how did I get the... Don't know how I did that, folks. I must have skipped something. But the name of this Woo, I'm tripping today, folks. The name of this weed was actually called Joker's Stash. Wrote it in the middle of the paper, of the book, where there was a blank sheet. And I thought I wrote it at the back of the book. And I got that confused. And I had already done Blue Nerd. So, okay. So, for today, October, October 2021, the name of our marijuana is, again, I know I was saying Blue Nerd, but no, it's called Joker Stash. And it's really, really good weed. I am so sorry about that, folks. I messed up royally. Sorry. So when you see this video, you'll see the correction. It's actually was called Joker Stash, and I was calling it Blue Nerd, but I had already done the Blue Nerd, so I'm sorry about that. So we're gonna grade the blue. See, we're gonna grade the Joker Stash right now, and we'll make this quick and end this video. Okay, so the smell, it was a very strange, unique smell. I've never smelled another to it, so I can't rate it to anything else. I'm only gonna give it an 8. Tastes the same way. Strange taste. Never tasted that before. Got that little wow factor in it. It's got a good kick to it. Not heavy on the THC taste, but it is a dry taste. It leaves a dry taste in the back of your mouth. Nothing distasteful, but kind of weird. Kind of cardboardy taste. And I'm going to give that an 8. Overall flavor, same thing. Basically, no flavor. It's just very dry, and I didn't like that at all. It was nothing to really grab for when you're smoking the weed, other than just getting the potency out of the weed. It does have that taste to it, but like I say, that taste is it's a weird taste, not for me. Which is for flavor, I'm only gonna get a flavor a low number because for me, it wasn't much on the flavor. It wasn't doing much on the flavor, so I'm only gonna give it a 6. Texture, good. Crumbles up very well. It's a little bit moist, just a touch. Not enough to hurt anything. I'm gonna give it a 9. Buzz or high. It starts off as a buzz, but it ends up at a high. I give that high a 7. The point of peak was early in the joint, about 3/4 down. We're going to give that a 7 as well. Accessibility, he brought to me. I didn't even ask him, and I should have. But I'm gonna say, since usually when he gets me the weed, he has a lot of it. So I'm gonna say accessibility. I'm gonna put it a modest 8. Quality, overall quality is great. There's really nothing to complain about. The little gumminess of the weed. Even though I don't care for the smell and all that kind of stuff, it still is not bad. Still, overall it's pretty good. So I'm gonna get a quality. I'm gonna give it an 8. Potency. Now that's where it is. It's in the potency, great potency. Even though it's mild going down, you feel it go straight to your head. So the potency is strong, good. No, I can't say much about the coffability, but we ain't got to that yet. So in the potency, I'm also gonna get a potency of 8 as well. Coffability, like I said, I didn't think I coughed at all. But I think, by this weed being as strong as it is, I think if you was smoking this in a blunt or smoking a really big joint, because I don't smoke really big joints, I think there would be some coffability. So I'm going to give it a respectable 4. You know. So give me a minute, folks, and let me add this up. So I'm running out of music time today for everything. Okay, because I'm tripping all day, that's why. And that was only my first joint of the day, and I'm already tripping. Okay. All right, let me do this. Okay, so for the smell, I gave it an 8. The taste, I also gave an 8. The flavor, I gave a 6. The texture, I gave a 9. Buzz and high, I gave a 7. Also, point of peak, I gave a 7. Accessibility, I gave it an 8. Quality, I also gave an 8. Potency, I gave an 8. And coffeeability, a respectable 4. Equals a 73. Wow, that's a little shy. I don't know. I think the weed is better than that. But see, once I make my scores, I don't like to change. I gave it what I felt was fair, and that's the way I'm going to do it. But all due respect to the weed, you know, I have to say, I think it's better than a good. But with me doing it, I might could have gave the potency in it, but that's only one score that it gave it 74. The flavor, I can't change the flavor because I think the flavor was weak to me. It really didn't have a flavor, so I can't give it something that it didn't have. The taste and the smell, I can't say anything. Yeah, so that's the score I'm going to go with. So today, October 2021, Joker Stash, it's a 73, which is still a good. Okay, it's still a good, you know, but I think it deserves more. So should I give it a Reese bump up? I'm gonna give it the Reese bump up to a very good because by smoking the weed, I actually think that it's better than the score that I gave. Okay, and but I have to say, to me, those are the honest scores of the weed. But overall, as far as smoking it myself and everything else, I would say it was at least a 75. So I bumped it up. I'm gonna bump it up to a 75. I gave it a bump up to a 75, gets the Reese bump up because I think it's better than the 73. So that's my score for the day, folks. See, I created it, so I can change it. So I don't be talking no crap to me. I know I made it. Okay, then that's the score. All right. Don't argue with me. But anyway, folks, I enjoyed you coming by today. Thanks for coming by, showing me some love. Don't forget to check out, other endeavors with Soul Tower Country Mysteries and the Wicked Breweries on Anchor Podcast. Also, don't forget that check out my merch at Teespring. So it's teespring.com/Tokefreely Toke Gear. You can't find it. I'm the only Tokefreely there. You know. So come on, check out our gear. Check me out. Give us a play and help us out. Help this thing grow. So until the next time we meet, folks. God bless and Toke Free.